All right, so what I'm going to do right now is we're going to record Adam's sitting here that's an Inner Circle member, and we're actually going through his Facebook ad strategy right now. So I'm actually going to give you complete behind the scenes. We're in the cave right now, we're in my office, and we're planning everything out Facebook ad strategy wise. And I want to actually walk you through as we go through everything setting up for Adam as well. So as we piece together what the actual strategy is. So number one, I want you to understand what's the high level strategy. So you understand what needs to happen. I'll show you the tactics that we're using, but just remember as we go through this, the tactics might not always apply to you and how you're set up. So I will give you context as we go through this, but please understand that the tactics can always change depending on what the social media platform is that we're using, depending on so many different things, but the actual strategy is always going to be very kind of like high level and therefore universal as well. Let's first think about what's the strategy that we have to set up. So firstly, we have people that don't know who Adam is. And what we want clients at the end of the day. So we need to break this into what is it that we need to actually do. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get people to know who Adam is. The second thing that we need to do is we need to get people to build a relationship with Adam, and then we need to build a real trust factor to then get people to come on board. So we need to produce content, we need to build marketing systems, and we need a sales process. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this completely with the lowest technology ability possible. We're not going to use any websites, and we're going to actually not use a lead magnet as the kind of classical lead magnet sense in everything that we need to be able to do. So what we're doing with Adam's strategy is we're going to break this down into what do we actually do. So the actual marketing sense is we're going to be using a Facebook group to build relationships with. But what we need to be able to do is we're going to use Facebook video primarily to drive people into a Facebook group that then goes into a call with Adam that then gets more clients at the end of the day. So that's really easy. So what does the funnel actually look like? And this is phase one. So phase one is getting people that don't know Adam to know Adam. The next step from here is the Facebook group. And this is phase two, which is the relationship building. And then we have really the call, which is phase three. So then we need to go, all right, well, how do we actually set up Facebook ads to do what it is that we need to do at the end of the day? So we've got these different phases set up. So what is it that we actually have to do? So we need 1 to 3 really good Facebook videos. So let's actually do it in real time. Just to give actually some really good context. Adam's market is poker players right now. So he's coaching poker players to be better poker players and to develop their life, their techniques, their skills, and everything they need to do to be better poker players. So Adam, right now, what are 3 topics that poker players are struggling with right now that we can talk to and give them just massive value?
I think they're struggling with organisation, having schedules. Poker players are like quite free-minded and they like to not have a schedule to follow and just play when they feel like it.
Yep.
Dealing with the sort of variance of the game, so the mindset issues.
Yeah, mindset.
The mindset of poker, all the sort of variance and the ups and downs and the unstable income that comes with it.
Yep.
And then I'd say perhaps motivation and wanting to put in the work, why they're doing this for. Some days they don't feel like it, they're their own boss, they've got to be disciplined.
Nice.
Motivation waves a lot.
Perfect. Okay, now what we want to be able to do is produce content that talks exactly to these main problems. So what you need to be able to do is you need to figure out what are the 3 key problems that your market's having right now. Now, Adam, we talked about recording a case study with a previous client that's knocked it out of the park with results.
Yeah.
Which one of these 3 would that case study talk to most?
Organise and motivation, so 1 and 2.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so ultimately what we'll do is we'll create 3 videos with 3 different case studies, but we're just going to knock one straight out of the park because we're going to get the ads up today. So that it already talks to this one and this one, so that's all awesome. So we're going to start with one Facebook video that's going to talk to 2 of the main problems now, but we're going to use a case study as the main element. So everybody in the Coaches Cartel, this is where we use the case study builder framework to create that piece of content so you've got that ready to roll. So you create one video that's absolutely baller. It's talking about the key problems that the market's going through, and you use the social proof of your case study to show that this person had this problem, they did this, they got these results, and it's talking exactly to that market. And the call to action at the end of that video is join my Facebook group. Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting people that's going to watch this. So this is the actual ad. So the Facebook ad is going to be a video views ad, because we just want to go broad spectrum. This is like, we're just going to absolutely everybody that can nail it. So video views, and I'll show you everybody how we actually set that up. Now, what we're actually going to do is we're not going to get people to click from the ad and click directly to the Facebook group. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a mid-step in between here that's an apply page that's simply an opt-in. So this is just going to be like name, email, button. So they click from the ad, they click onto a page that's just like an opt-in page. It's going to go apply, it's going to go name, so they put their name, email, click the button. On this page, we have a Facebook pixel. So we need to Facebook pixel, and this is an audience. So we're going to write Facebook audiences down here. This is key, and we're going to create a list, and we will explain this later. So Facebook audiences. So number one here, we're going to have opt-in for group. So once they go through that page, they go name and email, then the next page is they go to the Facebook group, but then they also go into our email setup. So now we've got them on two. So we've got them on email, we have them in our Facebook group, and we've got them pixel in the Facebook audience as well as this. So we've actually got them on 3 different platforms from there. Now, the goal in the Facebook group is to build relationships. So we were talking previously before, so you're doing really well. So what Adam's doing, actually, Adam, you talk to him. You tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm doing like a sort of Q&A thing where they post questions in the group on topics that they're interested in or they've got problems with. I'll then spend 5-10 minutes recording the video, pretty much in one take, talking through the solutions to their problems. I'll then post it on the group, get more interaction with them that way. So I'm kind of doing like a Q&A style on a daily basis to solve their problems so that they know that I know what I'm talking about.
Perfect. So what we do is there's heaps of videos, heaps of content that Adam's giving them that's going into the Facebook group. And then we're going to structure one video that's going to be talking about the actual results in his coaching program, what the coaching program is all about, and just making sense of how this actually works as well. So what we're actually going to be able to do is from that video, we then drive them to the apply page. So the apply page is people applying to join into Adam's program. So again, it's just a name, email, there's a Facebook pixel here. So we add another Facebook pixel, which is going to be called apply. And then they go name and email, and then they book in for their call with Adam. And then after this, you have a new client. Cool bananas. So what we need to be able to do is we've got opt-in page for the group, which is 1. We've got an apply pixel here, and we're actually going to create a third pixel, which is a video engagement. So what we're going to do is any of these videos that we create, if people watch 50% or more of that video, then they're going to see the next video, which is going to drive them to the Facebook group. So we're going to call this a 50% video engagement. So as you can see, people see this first video. If they don't take action on seeing the first video, which remember most people won't, that's okay. We've pixeled them, we get the video engagement, and then we're going to take them to the next step, which is an ad that drives them into the Facebook group. So the Facebook ads that we need to create is number 1, just wait darling. Number 1, we're going to create the actual content case study, which is our phase 1 ad. For phase 2, we're going to create the Facebook group. So we shoot a video as to why people are going to want to join that Facebook group, which is exactly Adam told you before what they're actually doing. And the third ad is going to be apply for the program. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So phase 1, we're talking cold traffic. People don't know who they are. Phase 2, we know these people know who Adam is, but we're driving him into the relationship building. Phase 3 is they've been able to see everything. We know that they've applied for the program, but maybe they haven't followed through with it, but then we want to make sure that we're following up. So this means that we're not letting any leaks through the pipeline leak out from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
brilliant.
So now we actually need to make this happen.
All right, so what we're going to cover now is we're going to go through actually the setting up of your Facebook pixels. We're going to go setting up your Facebook audiences, and we're going to actually go through a walkthrough of setting up your ads, and I'll explain the differences on a broad scale on phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 ads as you set this up as well. So firstly, let's go through setting up your pixels. So there's two things that we're going to need to be able to get access into to make this happen. Number one is your actual page, your actual website. Now I'm just doing this as an example through ClickFunnels to make it of ease, and you also need access into your Facebook Business Manager. So what we're going to do is you go up to this top left bit, and we're going to go to All Tools, and you'll see over here, there we go. Okay, so we go Pixels first. Now, what this is, and you'll see, let's just say, for instance, if I go to this page. So if I actually open up the page, we have this pop up. Now, if you look over here where my cursor is, see this little thing that I've got in my Chrome? Now, this is called Facebook Pixel Helper. So this just tells me, this is a little thing that pops into your Chrome that you can download, but this tells me, is there a Facebook pixel working? You can see there that there's two and it's green, so they're both working. So I know that my pixel is working. So you can download and put into your Chrome Facebook Pixel Helper, and therefore you know when you go to your websites or any other websites, are the pixels actually working? So what we need to be able to do is we go to your Facebook here. So then what you're going to want to do now is go over, see the pixels, just hit details of the actual Facebook pixel that you have set up. Then what you're going to want to do is hit set up, this little button up the top. Now what you can do is manually install it yourself. So you'll click this button here. Then the actual pixel code itself will come up. So you can see here, this is the pixel code. So you can hit copy to keyboard, or copy to clipboard, sorry. Then what you do is you just go over to the actual website page. So here's the page. Let's say we're starting from scratch in ClickFunnels. So go to the page, go edit page. Now, once this pops up, you're going to go to settings and then go to tracking code. So once tracking code pops up, you'll see this header code. Now you can see I've already installed the pixel, so you can see it here. So simply just paste your code into there and it'll pop in looking like that. You go exit and make sure you hit save, and then the pixel is going to be on this page. So when you open the page, you come up and you'll see that the pixel is there and it is working. So what you want to be able to do is you have your pixels on all your pages, and especially if let's say we go to My Body Blends website, for example. You can, if you have a WordPress site, you can put it on, you need it on all of your pages, but there's a plugin that you can use that just puts it on all those pages. But you can see here, see there's 4 of them, boom, it's all working. Happy days, and you know it's good to go from there. So you know the pixels are working. So now what we need to be able to do is once your pixels are set up, so homework number 1, set your pixels up on all the pages that you've got currently. Now, step number 2 is we need to be able to set up your audiences. So again, come back to your Facebook Business Manager, come back over here, and you can see assets, you've got audiences. So then click audiences. And then all of these are going to come up. Now, you're going to see that I've got a lot of them because there's a few different businesses running under here. So there's a lot of different audiences that I use for Facebook ads. But all you're going to want to do is really simply set up what the audiences are for us to start with. So we're going to, number 1, we're going to create an audiences that engage with your videos. Okay, so anybody that's engaged with your videos. So this is like a phase 1. So we go custom audience. This pops up. We go engagement. See the engagement button at the bottom. We go there. We go video. And then we can say people who have watched 50% or more of your video. I'll actually press the button, and then you choose the video. So then you go through and you choose the videos that you want to have gone through. So I could go, let's come back over here. Let's say, all right, let's go to the Chris Dufay one. This pops up, so you can see like this video here, it's been viewed 183,000 times. I could choose this one and go, right, anyone that's watched 50% or more of this video, so on and so forth. So then you set it up, put the audience name in. So this could just be like, depending on the name of your video, so this could be just like phase 1 video 50% engagement. So this is any of the videos, because you could create multiple videos for this, any videos that you know you're creating for content, but then you're driving them over to a lead magnet, then you can create, and you just create the audience. Then you can use this audience to target later. Now the second audience that you're going to want to use, you go back, custom audience, and we want engagement with your Facebook page. So you set another one up, Facebook page, boom, and then put your name in, everything, create audience, you're good as gold. Next one is actual pages. So we go custom audience. Now this is the important one. We go website traffic. So anybody that's, let's say for instance, has hit this page. So let's call this your lead magnet page, for instance. Anybody that hits your lead magnet page, we want to be able to set up an ad that goes just to these people. So how do we do that? So we create an audience on a custom audience, people that have gone to specific pages. Now we click website visitors and we go to people who visited specific web pages. Click this button. Then you're going to want to click 180 days. This is the maximum. This is broad strokes. Yes, it can change to other days, but don't worry, we're just going to keep it simple for now. URL contains, we're going to go URL equals, and then you get this link. See that link there? I'm just going to copy it and I paste that sucker in there, and then we're good as gold. So let's say, for instance, if we have multiple lead magnets, we can create multiple different pages in this one audience. So anybody that hits any of your lead magnet pages, you can then set up to then retarget to. You can also actually take people on thank you pages away, but then we can further refine that later. So don't worry about that. So you say, if I want to target, let's say, your lead magnet people, then you want to be able to drive them to the next step, then you can do that. Now, if you create a thank you page, so let's say, for example, you've got the thank you page set up. So you open that thank you page. So this is just an example one. So you can click this and you go here and go exclude website people that have hit specific pages in the last 180 days, and you put your thank you page there. So what has this done? This means anybody that's hit this page but then has not actually proceeded through to hit this page can then get targeted onto the ad. So then what we can do then is we can target those specific people. So let's do another example right now. Let's say we've got your online coaching sales page. So really easily on this online coaching sales page, we can open this up. So there's two pages here. There's one, which is the actual sales page. And let's say there's the thank you page for the sales page as well, which will be this page. So you can see here, we're actually full, we're not taking it on, but you can see here, anybody that hits this page, you can see the pixels working up the top here. Anybody that hits this page, but let's say hasn't gone through to actually apply for the actual coaching, we can target them too. So why is this? Because anybody that's come here, you know that's interested. Maybe they just haven't followed through, so you want to be able to give them an ad. So this could be a phase 3 ad. Anybody that's, say, been on your list or been on your lead magnet, then you want them to drive them to this page here as well. Or anybody that's been on this page but actually hasn't signed up, you want to drive them back to that offer as well. So to set that up, you just put those specific pages in. So really simply think, what page do I want people to be collected from? So anybody that hits a specific page, then I can target just those people to take the next step. So that's setting up those audiences there. So really simply, we've set up a video engagement audience, we've set up a website visitors audience, we've set a Facebook page engagement audience, and we set up a specific page audience on depending whether it's a lead magnet or a sales page or whatever you want to be able to use that really simply from there. So let's not spend too much time on it because there's those 3 audiences. That's homework number 2 for you to set up. Now, the next is actually setting these ads up. So let's go to the ads manager. Okay, so then to create the actual ad, we go jump into your ads manager, we'll go create ad. This will pop up. We'll go start over. So let's say we're starting a phase 1 ad now. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a video that's a content video giving heaps of value, and we're going to have a small call to action at the end that can be then going to your lead magnet. So this is going to a cold audience. So what we're going to want to do to start off with is we're going to go video views ad to start off with. We're using a video and we want to get massive engagement with the audience from there. So we're going to go video views and we can just type this in. I always make it easy for myself. So I go phase 1 and let's call it a weight loss video, whatever the actual content is that you know. Then you go continue. Then this pops up. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to then first choose all the countries that you want to be able to target. So it could be Australia, it could be United States, it could be United Kingdom, you could have Canada in there, whatever and so forth. You add the countries in there. Secondly, you're going to change the age. What age group is the market that you want to be? Thirdly, gender. Do you want men and women, or do you want specifically men or women, either or? Languages. I always just put English all of them, so I go English all. If I can type, English US, English UK. I just get all the options, so it cuts stuff up. Detailed targeting. This is where you're going to add the targeting list into. So let's just say, for example, with Adam, he's targeting poker players. So one of his ones that we know that we did research with could be Poker Stars. So he'll pop in Poker Stars. And then Facebook will actually give you other suggestions, and then you'll go through. This is where the actual you doing the homework to find out what are the other pages that your market is going to be following is key and critical. This is where you want to know what you need to be focusing here, but Facebook is giving you these suggestions because it wants you to do its best job as well. So you choose the ones that you feel are going to be the best ones to go there. So then you come down, we're not going to use any of this other stuff. Edit placements. For this to start off with, we're just going to use Facebook feeds. So you can see here that you can do Facebook feeds or in-stream ads. They're different. Suggested videos, they're slightly different as well. You can do Instagram, Audience Network, or Messenger. We're just going to keep it super simple for Facebook feeds to start off with, but you know where you can change the placements if need be. Then you're going to come down, choose your budget. How much do you want to be spending per day or for the entire amount? We're going to keep the rest of the stuff completely the same, and then we go continue. Then we go to the actual creation of the ad itself. So we're using a video, so we go single video. You choose the page that you want it to come through, or the Instagram page if you're going to be using that. You upload the video that you want to use. Then nextly, you put in your copy. So you put in your sales copy for the text. You put into the website you want to be driving people to after the actual video. And then from there, you hit confirm and you rock and roll from there. So that's setting up a video views. Now, what we're going to do, let's come all the way back. What we're going to do now is, let's say we're setting up a phase 2 or a phase 3 ad. So what are we doing with these? We're focusing on driving somebody to a specific page. We want them to know that we've done a specific action. So let's say, for instance, we're setting up an ad that is to get people to go into your lead magnet. So what we're going to want to do, and I'll use the exact pages as examples. So we'll get rid of those pages. Here. So we've got our lead magnet page here, and this is the thank you page for the lead magnet as well, okay? So what we want to be able to do is we set up a conversions page, a conversions ad, sorry. So then let's say this is phase 2, and let's call it Kickstart Diet, for example. We'll hit continue. Now what we're going to do is you can set conversions up in making sure your Facebook knows that you're doing the things right. So how do you do this? So you come over here, custom conversions, which will be in your settings. So I'll just open up another page with this. So now what we're doing is we're telling Facebook anybody that hits this certain page is counted as a conversion. So what we're doing is, let's say for instance, anybody that hits this thank you page is counting as a lead, because for somebody to get to this thank you page, they've gone through and they've opted into our lead magnet. So simply what you do is you just go create custom conversion. This will pop up, and then you just go exactly like what we were doing before. We go the URL equals, and you put that thank you page URL, that whole thing in there. You pop it in there, and then you go down, give it a name. So it could be like lead magnet conversion or lead magnet opt-in. Then you go category, and you could pop it in as a lead. And then you can add a value, so you can say if you know the numbers of your business and you go, right, on average, every lead that comes through is worth $6.50, then you can add $6.50 because then we can do more technical stuff later. If that's too much now, don't worry, just leave it. And then you go create. So then you've got different conversions. So then when you come to creating an ad that's for conversions, you'll see this pop up, and you can actually choose the different conversions that you've got in there. So I've got different ones. So let's just say we chose a lead. Now, if we're setting up a Facebook ad that's going to Messenger, so we want to actually go to the Facebook Messenger and use ManyChat, you would simply just choose Messenger here and be able to do it, but we're not going to do that just for now. We can do that in a future module. So we'll go down here, lead, good. Now, what we want to be able to do is we come down and we now choose the audiences. So let's say we're saving an audience and it's the people that have seen our video. So let's go, it's the 50%, you can see we've got plenty of audiences here. Let's say it's the 50% view one that we've created. So we go here, this is the people that it's going to be going towards. Then I actually take away any of the countries from here, because we just want to focus on anybody that's actually watched 50% or more of this video. I don't care if they have to be in other countries. This video ad's done that job for me. I still choose the age gap that I want, and I'm not looking at extra targeting because I'm only targeting the people that have watched this video, remember? So I keep coming down, 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 down. I choose my budget, leave the rest. I go to continue. And then you choose, do I want to use a video in this ad, or am I using an image, or am I using multiple images? It's completely up to you. But what you're going to want to be able to do is we're going to want to then come over to across and go upload the image, or if you've chosen, let's say video, you want to say upload your video again, and then you put your website URL. So what's the URL you want to drive people to? It's going to be going to the actual lead magnet page. So you would use that URL in this page, you'd put that in there. Then you simply add your copy, so your text, your headline. You could say learn more, or you could say download if you're getting people to download a guide, a cheat sheet or something like that. Add the display link that you want, add again the copy for the news link description. This is at the very bottom of it. And then simply just hit confirm, and then your ad is good as gold. So what we've been able to go through is actually setting up now a phase 1 ad that's using video views, and setting up a phase 2 or a phase 3 ad that is the actual conversion, so making sure you drive people to. So just remember, what we just did in this video is making sure we go through getting people to opt into your lead magnet, hit your thank you page. You can then create an ad that does the exact same thing, that then goes to your sales page, that then gets people to make sure that they're actually signing up into your program so that you're making sales. So again, we're just replicating, we're building up. And really importantly, I don't want to go too in depth. I'm giving you nice broad strokes on setting it up. We've set Facebook pixels up, we've set audiences up, we've also set Facebook conversions up, and we've set 2 different types of ads up as well. Really simple for you to follow.
All right, so this is really important now. What we need to be able to do is we actually need to know how much can we spend on our Facebook ads, because you don't want to be spending money on Facebook ads and not getting the results, actually wasting money, and then you end up going broke because you've totally overspent on your Facebook ads. That's not a good thing. So we need to be able to answer, how much money can we actually spend to get subscribers, to get leads? How much can we spend to get customers? And what does the business numbers really look like? And that's something, if really confusing for you right now, that's okay. So we can do some funnel math. It's very simple to be able to break that down. So I'm going to walk you through right now, what does this funnel math actually look like using a real life example of a fitness funnel that we're doing right now. So what we need to be able to do is let's first actually look at the funnel. So what we have first is we have an opt-in. So we have an opt-in that is a lead magnet. This could be, say, a checklist, a workout, a nutrition guide. It could be joining a Facebook group. It could be a webinar. It could be a video series. You get it. It could be any sort of lead magnet opt-in. The next step is we have the actual offer. So this is our first one-time offer that we're giving people once they opt in. So let's say we're selling a $27 nutrition program to lose weight, for instance, okay? So we're doing a $27 nutrition program. The next step after here is we have the delivery of this. Woo! Check out. So then what we have after the offer is we have the checkout page of the program. Then after that, we have an upsell. What's an upsell? It's, do you want fries with that? It's simply our one-time offer upsell. And let's say, for instance, well, what is it? If we're selling a $27 nutrition program to lose weight, maybe we could sell them a $27 training program to help them lose weight as well, because we're helping them solve another problem that these people had that we know that they could have. So we have this, and then simply after that, we have the delivery of what you have just sold them. And then this is the front end of your business. Now, if you're a little bit confused about, well, what's a front end of a business and what's a back end of a business, that's okay. We can dive into that later. Let's go through this simple funnel math with how this opts in. So what we need to be able to do is we need to work out what's the average customer order as people actually go through this. So what we need to look at here is, okay, well, this program is, let's say, for instance, in our upsell, we have a 50% uptake of this. So everybody that goes through the entire flow of the funnel, 50% of them will take this upsell. And there's a really simple way for us to work this out. So what we've got is we've got $27, so we go $27 and then we go times what this is. So to work what this works out, because you can change these numbers, and I want you to be able to change these numbers to what it is you've actually got set up. So let's say it's $27 and we times that by 50%. That equals, so this equals right now $13.50. So if you add 27 and 13.50, that means your average order value is $40.50 right now. So from everybody coming through this, the average order value of everyone going through that funnel is worth $40.50 to your business. So then, the second thing that we need to be able to work out is how many subscribers do we need to actually get a customer? So we can work this out really simply. So let's say, for instance, that from everybody that opts in, 2% of the people only buy this program. Okay, let's work off with this number right now. So what we need to be able to do is opt-ins will equal N. What we need to be able to figure out is how many of these do we need to be able to get this. So if we have a 2% conversion rate on this page right now, we know N equals 1, and we go divided by 2%, 0.02, which means that we need to be able to get 50 opt-ins for us to be able to get, what is a bad arrow? 1 customer. Now then, this is where the rubber meets the road. We need to be able to figure out how much can we spend to actually get a subscriber, because then what we can do is if we hit just the break-even point, then what we're able to do is get free followers and we're getting customers, we're building it up, and then we know that we can make profits on the back end of the business as well. So how does that work out, Chris? Let's break it on down. What we need to be able to do is really simple. And the way we do this is really simple, is we go the average order value, which was $40.50. We divide that by how many subscribers we need to get a customer, which was 50. And what this equals is 81 cents. So we know right now that our ads, to be able to get a conversion, to get an opt-in, needs to be on 81 cents. If we can get people opting into our funnel for 81 cents through your Facebook ads, you can put $100 in and know you're going to get $100 out on your front end. You can put $1,000 in a day and know that you're going to get $1,000 out on your front end as well, which means you're building free followers and opt-ins and leads into your list, and you're getting customers and clients to come on through. And then you know that you can then, everybody that goes through this, you can sell them more stuff later, which equals just pure profits coming on through. And then if you get this even lower and you get even better at the Facebook ads, then you're earning profits on the front end of your business as well, which means you're able to grow your business so much faster. You're not hoping, you're not wishing, you're not just being all confused about is it working or is it not. You know exactly the systems that you're able to do with this, because the ads are doing what it is that they need to be able to do. They're building your list, they're building your followers, they're bringing in actual customers and actual sales, and your business is growing from there. So I hope you've been able to take a lot out of today's episode. What I'll do as well to make sure is I'll pop a link below for you to be able to watch the 100K Coach Plan. This is simply the recording that we've just done with a big group of coaches and trainers, walking you through to find out what is that you need to be able to do to build the business that you want. Because you could be having a few holes, you could have a Swiss cheese problem, you just need to know what it is that those problems are, and then how do you actually fix them. And that is what we did in the 100K Coach Plan. So you can get the link below and actually join us in there, go through it and apply everything. Make sure all your ads are working, build the business that you really want, and any questions whatsoever, do make sure that you comment below as well. So I can personally jump in, I can answer them, and I can make sure that the upcoming episodes are going to be exactly what it is that you want as well. So be sure to click like if this has been an episode that you have enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I can send you all the episodes as these come out as well. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here with me right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.